Okay, hopefully the fan doesn't bother you. I'm starting to get hot. We're going to talk about digestion. So how does digestion have anything to do with weight loss resistance, right? Hormones make sense. Talked about thyroid. I talked about adrenals. I talked about sex hormones. We talked about emotional eating and brain chemistry. But what does digestion have to do? It has everything to do. Now, anybody who knows me knows I like to talk about bowel movements and constipation. I have so many clients that come to me, at least initially. Now, this is my pride and joy, is the fact that I can get people going to the bathroom. Come to me going to the bathroom once a week. Girl, I got a bowel movement once every 7 days, and I got to take something for it. Do you know how many times, like, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said that, I'd just retire now. So that's not normal. Okay? It's not okay. It's not okay to eat something every day of the week and for all of your food to collect in your body. First of all, that shows up on the scale. Secondly, that's so toxic because that stuff's just recirculating through your system and rotting. And I'm not making this up. Okay? It's just sitting in your colon, putrefying and getting hard and drying out. And that is not helping anybody lose weight. Your body likes homeostasis. It likes basic functionings like sleep, which is huge, by the way, for weight loss. And it likes sleep, and it likes bowel movements to be happening naturally. If you consume things, you're supposed to absorb the calories from the food and push it right back out. I've got clients that have bowel movements daily. I have clients that have bowel movements 2 to 3 times a day. I'll take once a day, and a substantial one that's not hard to eliminate, and that kind of looks like a banana and is moist, basically. That's what you're going for. If that is not happening, Houston, we have a problem. So you should be having bowel movements on a regular basis. Now, you should not eat and be bubbly and gassy and bloated and distended after you eat. You shouldn't have acid reflux. You shouldn't be burping stuff up afterwards. None of that is normal. If you have any signs of candida, which means that your gut flora is imbalanced, okay? So candida, we're going to stay there. When you are born, your mother gives you flora. She gives you good bacteria. Good bacteria. As you go through the birth canal and the vaginal delivery canal, you are bathed in a certain kind of flora that you need to be protected. This is your immune system, okay? So much so that the medical community is going to define the microbiome, or what you're being bathed in and all the flora in our body, as its own organ system. It's that important for livelihood. Your second form of probiotics comes from your mother's breast milk. 2 different kinds. So if you're a C-section and your mom gave you soy formula, you should be on probiotics from the moment you start doing anything. Okay? It's that important. They've done studies. It's very difficult to lose weight without the right kind of flora in your gut. Okay, going back to candida. You're supposed to be living happily with yeast in your gut. Your doctor gave you antibiotics. You had acne, so you went on Accutane. You decided that you needed to be on birth control pills so you wouldn't get pregnant. You took any number of medications that create problems in the body, and all of a sudden you have vaginal yeast infections that seem to come every month or every other month, or you have dandruff that you cannot control, or you have athlete's foot or some sort of fungus under your nails. You have thrush, which is in your mouth, and if you have it, you know it. Or every time you eat carbohydrates, you get gassy, you get bloated, you look 4, 5, 6 months pregnant. You have an overgrowth of yeast, which you're supposed to be living with happily. Nobody gonna lose weight like that. I'm just gonna let you know. It's very hard to successfully lose weight when there is a war going on in your gut. 90% of the public either has some sort of yeast imbalance, or, this is a fun one, I do fecal testing with a lot of clients because of gut problems, because they come to me and we can't get them moving properly, and just all kinds of drama with guts and stuff like that. All kinds of fun bugs and bacterial overgrowths that you can have in the gut. 90% of the public has something going on in their stomach. So when I get something really weird going on with a client, or I just cannot, it's like, I think my gut's okay, but sometimes I have this and that. I do a test, get that stuff cleared out, things start to work better. Okay, so one thing you want to understand is inflammation is is a bad thing to have going on in the body for all kinds of reasons. It's related to all types of lifestyle diseases, dementia, and just it's not good. And to have constant inflammation in the gut, meaning there's this war going on between the good guys and the bad guys, or heck, there ain't no good guys left anymore, and all the bad guys have just taken over everything, and you're constantly inflamed. Your gut talks to your brain. They communicate. Same kind of tissue actually in your gut as your brain. So they're communicating. There's inflammation. There's a war going on. This is not the time to be worried about losing fat and releasing fat cells. Do you see what I'm saying? So your gut plays a lot into this. I'm going over time, but I got to say this. You are what you absorb, not what you eat. Okay? So if your gut's not moving properly and you're not absorbing what you're eating properly, and you're working out like a crazy person, but you're not absorbing the protein, or you're not absorbing all those high-end expensive supplements that you're taking, it's not going to work because it can't get in. So if you have leaky gut, if your gut is permeable and you're reactive to a list of 15 to 20 foods, but you're not absorbing things properly, your body can't uptake what it needs to, you're not going to experience you're not going to be vital. You're not going to experience the weight loss that you want. It's not going to come together for you. Okay. And if you're not absorbing and you've got this inflamed state, the body's focus is going to be with dealing with that. So remember that you're not what you eat, you're what you absorb. So I've talked before about digestive enzymes. I've talked about probiotics. Sometimes your body's not breaking down foods properly, and then the probiotics help to populate good bacteria. So sometimes clients just really have to get that gut really dialed in, get things killed off. We have to do a killing protocol. Then we have to put good bacteria back in. We have to deal with all the food sensitivities, things that just keep the body inflamed and unhappy. We have to get those things out. That's what the FRL Challenge is all about. It is a program that eliminates food intolerance problems that create weight loss resistance. I take foods out, I put in nourishing foods, I cool off the inflammation, all the water weight comes off and everything else, and then the body is on track to lose weight because we can do it. We can do it when the gut's working properly and when we're feeding the body properly. So the gut's my big one, obviously, because I completely blew past my 5-minute limit, but I really want to go ahead and get that across, that you got to get the gut healthy if you expect to be able to actually lose weight. All right, moving on.